Oh, welcome back, everybody, to another dream vlog. Let me turn off the virtual background. I was doing stuff for Saturday Gathers yesterday, and I mean now on the season actually. The next Saturday Gathers, which will be like, let's see, this will go up tomorrow, so it will be this upcoming Saturday of this calendar week that we just started. It'll be the 1st of October. Are you excited that fall's here, Noah?
Yes.
Is it your favorite season as well? Guess that Noah. Edmund subscribed to our YouTube channel yesterday, so thank you, Edmund, if you're watching
Yes.
the video. So Noah, it all started when my dad had to go to London, England for 3 nights for a meeting. And do you know what happened? He dropped me off in Phoenix. Well, he dropped me off at the Cincinnati Airport, CVG Airport, which is for the Cincinnati Airport, but it's in Kentucky. And he had me stay. And guys, this is in honor of my trip in 2017. He had me stay. Well, at least if I can find it. So this is Kentucky, and this is Ohio. This is where Cincinnati is. The Findlay Market is right here. Healthy Harvest Mobile is right there. So, he had me stay the night all alone at the Marriott that is next door to it. Well, at least if I can find it. I'll have to type it in. Do you want to stay at a Marriott someday, Noah?
Yes.
I think it was. My my weekly screen time report came through. So this hotel we stayed at. Ooh, and I didn't realize those trees. Want me to show you? We stayed at.
Yes.
He had me stay at this Marriott hotel for 1 night, and then what we did is I took Frontier Airlines all by myself to Phoenix, and have you been on Frontier ever, Noah?
No, I haven't.
Do you want to? I was in this seat right here by the window. And when I came back, it is the same plane, but I was all the way on this seat, so 2 rows back on the other side. And then Noah, I arrived in Phoenix, Arizona. Do you want to go to Arizona someday, Noah?
Yes.
And even though I couldn't drive in 2017, then you know who came? Man with the yellow hat came, and he was the one who could drive the rental car. And then you know who sat by me? This little fella sat by me the whole time in the car. And guess what happened? I'm gonna have to tell you this in sequence, but guess what happened? The rental car company, when we returned the car on Wednesday, the rental car company was super duper mad at us because the backseat was all stained and stinky. Isn't that funny, Noah?
Yes.
Can you guess who's stained up the back seat?
Who did it? Curious George.
And then we had a rental car from this car company called Sixth Car Rental Chevy. And the Chevy we drove, the man with the yellow hat drove the Chevy Tahoe. Doesn't this look sporty and cool?
Yes.
Do you wish you had the Chevy Tahoe?
Yes.
So the man with the yellow hat drove that, and all the way from Phoenix, Arizona, up to Wiliams. And I forget where it was, but I think we stopped along the way. And so this is in honor of my dream from 2017. So I'm trying to keep the events close to the same here. Do you think you might do that for one of your dreams? Keep them in honor of one of the places you went to?
Yes.
Did you know? Yeah, Chico Valley, or Chino Valley. We went to this restaurant. Now, even though I forget which restaurant and where does the attractions we stopped along the way, I'm still saying this. Wait, I need to find Phoenix because I know this is like outside of Phoenix. So before we did that, the man with the yellow hat stopped to show us a cool thing. Do you wanna know where he took us? He took us oh, you know what this thing is right here, Noah?
No.
Oh,
It's a cactus. I think it's a cactus.
Noah, do you wanna go to Arizona someday and see cactuses?
Yes.
Why am I driving? I know, as you know, in real life, you can't drive like this. And do you wanna know why? Because this is the wrong side of the road.
Yes.
Yellow had to save it. Just like Google Maps decided to drive on the wrong side of the road for whatever reason.
Yes.
In real life, you won't drive like that because you know it's not safe to, right?
Yes.
We stopped along to see a cactus. Now, of course, I can't find any cactus close-ups. Maybe. So actually, when I went to Arizona, I did get to stand by a cactus and I was scared. But then I got used.
Yes.
Do you think you'll be used to it right off the bat?
Yes.
Then after driving for like 3 hours, oops, I accidentally clicked the wrong button, but that's okay. We went to Wiliams, Arizona. And I just gonna teach you about something, Noah. You know it runs right through Wiliams, Arizona? Route 66, Noah. Have you heard of the famous Route 66?
Yes, I heard that on the movie Cars.
Now, before I continue, see what I've got hanging up right here, Noah?
Route 66.
And I got that none other than in Wiliams. I got that in Wiliams, Arizona when we went on to Route 66. Because as you guys know, this is a true dream vlog. So like this is in honor of what happened. Now when I did go, it was just me and my dad. But yes, we did get that sign on one of the shops in Wiliams, Arizona. Do you want to get a sign like that, Noah?
Yes.
And you'll only get it when you go on to Arizona, right?
Yes.
Well, at least if I can. And there's lots of hotels here. Can I be a member of Holiday Inn, Noah?
Yes.
We stayed at the Best Western. Have you ever heard of Best Western?
Yes, I have.
And I think this is the one that I stayed at. Let me go into here to see for proof. Yes, I think this is the like only Best Western there is. Thank you, Dad, if you're watching this, for taking me to Arizona. And yes, Dad, I do want to go again someday if you're watching this. Yes, I kind of remember having a Shell gas station. Yep, and then you know what happened. We slept there for the night, and then you know what happened? We went up from here all the way up to the Grand Canyon. Do you want to go to the Grand Canyon someday, Noah?
Yeah. Yes.
And you knew it was in Arizona, right?
Yes.
I think what I'm gonna do. That's the Colorado River. Ooh, Noah, take a look at this. I believe I can pinpoint this. Take a look. Do you know what it is?
It's the Grand Canyon.
Of course, you have to be very careful if you go now. And do you want to know why?
Because the mountains.
Yeah, you could fall down here. Now, Noah, trust me, as you know, the image quality doesn't look as good on here as it would in real life. I'm
Yes.
guessing the Google Maps, since they're like hired professionals, I'm guessing they got special permission to go into certain areas that people like you and I wouldn't go into, right, Noah?
Right.
Do you know that they get permission to do things like that, go into certain areas?
Yes.
And then I forget what this was. Oh wait, Cam. And then after taking a look around the Grand Canyon, first I have to show a video about the Grand Canyon. You know, the man with the yellow hat played in the hotel room the night before. He played this. Now it is copyrighted, so I will just link. It has music, so I'm guessing it's copyrighted. So due to that, I will link the video link for this in the description, where you could just do this chill out channel. But I'll have to pause the recording for this. I hate to do this, but I'll have to pause here just to save some time, right, Noah?
Yes.
What the heck's going on there? Okay. The full screen thing froze. So guess what happened? Before he drove the car, because you can drive cars along parts of the Grand Canyon, Noah.
Yes.
Before he drove the car from there to from that part, all the way to Cameron, guess what happened, Noah?
What did happen?
The manager had a word with us and told us that, and asked us if that is our monkey that had gone off the cliff. And do you know why?
Why?
Guess who decided to jump off the cliff?
Who?
He jumped off of the cliff that is like, he jumped off of the cliff like of the North Rim. So he jumped off of this cliff right here. He jumped into the Colorado River. And you can't do that, do you know why? And you know who had to come and check on him?
Who?
The Grand Canyon paramedics had to come and save him. And do you know why they had to save him?
Because he jumped off the Grand Canyon.
And you know why they'd have to come and do that versus if he was jumping on beds in the mattress store? Because beds in the mattress store is safer because of the mattresses and the feet that you fall down and the inches that it is for the fall. But here, you could get seriously injured by doing that, right, Noah?
Yes.
So that's it there, guys. The next time we get to Arizona, I'm guessing you guys will be wanting us to do something crazy on camera. But no, guys, we will not do something dangerous, right? Because we could get seriously injured, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to risk our lives on camera just because some bad apple decided to comment a crazy there, right, Noah?
Yes.
So we have to care about our safety in this case.
Yes.
So Curious George came and jumped off the cliff, and then you know what happened? We went to Cameron, which is a town. Oh crud.
At
Yeah.
least it's more careful.
Yeah, that's good. Do you like the garden views?
Yes, I do.
And because of what happened, I'm gonna have to search up. Trading post. And people do. Wow. I'm not sure what's going on here now, but I think Google Maps messed up there, didn't they?
Yes.
Doesn't this? Look, no, we went to this Cameron. No, we went to the Cameron Trading Post right here. And then we went to this restaurant, and you know what it has a view of?
The Grand Canyon.
Now there's a few other canyons there that are a part of the Grand Canyon, I think. I'm not educational like my dad. If we ever go, Noah, me and I, which I think we should go for, like, the views would be epic for YouTube. I think we'd want to have my dad go with us and dear father as well, who know a lot about the history, right?
Yes.
Then we went to Flagstaff. Oh, hang on, Noah. I forget which national parks and restaurants we went to, so I'll have to make do and pretend for some restaurants. So we did go to the restaurant by the trading post that I just said. You know, are you liking this so far?
Yes.
And you know who met us up at the trading post?
Who?
I'll show you.
It's Noah from Oh Noah.
Noah from Oh Noah game. And you know why he came?
Why?
Because Curious George jumped off, so we needed a backup just to be safe. You know who else
Yes.
came?
Who?
Phineas and Ferb as another backup just to be extra safe, because we don't want anyone else to fall, right, Noah? We don't wanna.
Yes.
We don't want to risk anyone else's lives, do we?
No.
But guess who decided to risk their lives even though they were hired to watch people? Phineas and Ferb risked their lives, and you know why?
Why?
Because they wanted to go onto the Grand Canyon, onto the river, and they wanted to build a huge bridge along it. And that's risking their lives, because with the deep drop, I mean, they have been magical sometimes, but no, came and busted them and had a word with them. Did they know?
Candace.
Candace said, "You guys know you could get seriously injured and have to go to the hospital for that." And she said, "That's it. When we get to Flagstaff, you guys will be grounded for dinner time, and you guys can't use your phones until we arrive back at the hotel room," that's what she said.
Yes.
Would you agree with what Candace said?
Yes.
Because we don't want to risk people's lives, do we?
No, we don't.
And then, Noah. Oh,
What?
wait. Now I know what I was gonna show you. So I've got this cool box on my shelf of like of national park stuff. I forget which other national parks we went to on the trip. So that if you're watching this, comment them down below and I might try to include them in some sort of a future dream vlog. But for now, I'm gonna get back to my dream. And we ate at this really yummy pizza place in Flagstaff. Do you wanna know where we went? First, I'll have to go on to Yelp to find the best one. And you know I'm Yelping it now because I want to find the best pizza place in Flagstaff. Looks like Lumberjack it is, because that's the 5-star one, right? That which means that one's
Yes.
the yummiest. We went to Lumberjack Pizza. Lumberjack Pizza. Right now it says closed. And you know, they won't actually, so it says 11 a.m. and you know that that's not actually in 2 hours. I know you know that Arizona's on a different time zone as us. Did you know that?
Yes.
Flagstaff. Do you want to go to Lumberjack Pizza Flagstaff?
Yeah.
And you know what? I wanna know what I got? I got the mozzarella sticks and cheesy bread. Curious George and Phineas and Ferb got this, and the man with the yellow hat got this, and the Noah got this. And then in 11, we all shared the Greek salad and the Caesar salad and the antipasto and the house and the chef. So we all had all of the salads. I had the Hawaiian pizza. Do you like Hawaiian pizza because it has pineapple, Noah?
Yes.
Okay. So I had the Hawaiian pizza with the man with the yellow hat, and Noah had that as well. And Phineas and Ferb and Curious and Curious George had this. And then Candace joined us for the pizza time and had the meat lovers. Then we had some specialty pies. We all had the Great White Buffalo, and Curious George and the man with the yellow hat, and Candace and I and Noah had barbecue chicken. Then we also had some, we didn't have white pies or build your own. And then you know what happened? We went to find ice cream. Looks like Moyo Moab it is. So we went to Moab. Wait. What the heck? Moyo Moab. Ah, you know that's doing Noah? It's trying to take me to the one in Utah, Noah. Right?
Yes.
Well, that sucks. ice cream, Flagstaff, Arizona. So I guess crumble cookies it is. We went to Crumble Cookies, Flagstaff, Arizona. Doesn't this look yummy?
Yes.
I went and I gonna see which one I had.
Yes.
I had this. Well, over there. I'll just do. So I had this one. The man at the other had this one, and then everyone else had this one. Do you like the one that I had the best, Noah?
Yes.
I also had this as well.
Yes.
And the man with the yellow hat rewarded only me, Candace, and Noah, because Phineas and Ferb and Curious George are grounded for what they had done by risking their lives. So, as a reward, you know where he took us? He took us to well, at least if I can find it. Wait, I wonder if this is this one. Yep. He took us to Baskin and Robbins as a reward. Just me, him, and Noah got it because we were the only ones that were behaving, right, Noah?
Yes.
And you know who else met us there?
Mr. Rogers.
And he was there. Wait, oh, and so me, Manathela had Candace and Mr. Rogers all got ice cream there as a reward for behaving the whole time.
What about Noah from Oh Noah?
Yeah, now I got that as well. And you know, we got to have a lot there. Because the man with the
Yes.
yellow hat was rewarding us the whole time.
Mm.
And you know what? I had Oreo cookie cake, and Mr. Rogers had celebration party. Everyone had a slice of celebration party cake except for Curious George and Phineas and Ferb. And you'll see who watched them in the car in a second. Then I also had Oreo triple chocolate cake and Oreo ice cream cookies and scoop cake. So I had a lot of cakes. Everyone had a slice of this. Mr. Rogers had mystical mermaid cake, and the Minotilla had unicorn cake. Noah had I also had standard roll cake and candy crazy cake. Mr. Rogers also had this. And Noah had balloon parade cake. And I also had this. And everyone also had this celebration cookie cake. Everyone had the baseball cake. There were a few families that got these that weren't a part of our group, just normal guests getting these, Noah, because they were having a baby shower. I also had the carameladic cake and the candy cake, and everyone else all had the celebration cakes, all of the celebration cakes, and we also had all of these ones, Noah. This no, and I had this one, and this one. And in the man with the yellow hat did get this for Curious George, but Curious George had it on the day we left. So he surprised Curious George with that later on. Mud pie. I had mud pie, Oreo cookie, tired cake, and so I had like all these three and these. So I had a lot of cakes, didn't I, Noah?
Yes.
And you know what? Phineas and Ferb, Candace surprised Phineas and Ferb with Super Mario cake and teddy bear cake. Now that's a lot of stuff. No, that doesn't all because guess what we got? Guess what I got to do? I got to have. The man with the yellow hat got me all of the Sundays, so I got to eat all of the Sundays. Didn't else happened? Yeah, I had all of the Sundays, and do you know what else I got to do? I got to eat Hidden Treasure Beach Day. I got to have most of the ice creams. Do you know what they were? I had Beach Day, Hidden Treasure, non-dairy salted fudge bar, German chocolate cake. I had caramel mojito, chocolate, cherries jubilee, chocolate almond, non-dairy chocolate. No wait, I had chocolate chip and cookie dough, chocolate fudge, gold medal ribbon, almond fudge. I also had Oreos, cookies, and cream. The moms having their party had this. I had mint chocolate chip. I had peanut butter and chocolate. Had Rocky Road, Reese's peanut butter cup. So I had a lot, didn't I, Noah?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers, do you know what Mr. Rogers had? Mr.
Yes.
Rogers had this. The man with the yellow hat had this. Noah had this, and Candace had baseball nut. Then, you know what happened? I got to also have some cones. I got to have all of the cones. We all had Dunkin' well, we also had baked brownie from the bakery treats. You know, want to know which beverages I had? I had some milkshakes. I had this one, and I had chocolate chip milkshake and this one, and all of these three, and this one and this one mixed. Mr. Rogers had gold medal ribbon milkshake. The man with the yellow hat and Candace and Noah all had vanilla milkshake. And I got these two pizzas along with this, this, and this, and everyone else chose this one. Isn't this like yummy, Noah?
Yes.
And I also had warm brownie sundae. Wait, that doesn't all in the beverages, because guess what I got? I got to have a smoothie as well. I had a mix of all of them, and Mr. Rogers and the man with the yellow hat had this, and no one Candace had this. And then this time to go back to the hotel. So, but then you know what happened? We had to have some extra rooms. You know why?
Why?
Because we got extra characters along the way. So we went back to the Best Western Wiliams AZ for Arizona. So this is so Curious George and I both shared this bed, and the man with the yellow hat and Candace and Noah were on this bed. And then the man with the yellow hat and Curious George were on this bed, and Phineas and Ferb were on this bed. And guess what happened in the middle of the night? My belly was My belly was having some troubles, and do you wanna know why?
Why?
Because I had ate a lot, so I went into the bathroom. Best Western AZ. Best Western Williams. So I had to use the bathroom in the bedroom, and luckily I was able to use that toilet for a long time. I locked the door so then no one would break in uh while I was and then you know what happened? I went back to bed, but then you know what happened at the middle of the night? I woke up to a lot of music playing, and do you wanna know what had happened? Curious George had decided to play some music, and you know what happened? He played Curious George played Wake Me Up by Avicii in the middle of the night. And yes, he did blast the remix. No, it doesn't. And you know what happened? And he played this song, Noah. So this is the second song we had to listen to. That's Elvis Costello. I don't know. He's showing up in pop music. I recognize Elvis Costello's album cover. So, and then you know what happened, Noah? I was trying to sleep, so I don't know all that happened, but I overheard Candace talking to Curious George about his decision. And then I overheard Mr. Rogers saying that telling Curious George that if he kept it up, then Curious George would never get to go to Mr. Rogers' house again. So, you know what happened?
What?
I was sleeping in bed, but then you know what happened? I heard this sound at like about 40 to 50 minutes after going to bed. After trying to go to bed, you know what I heard this sound.
What do you think of when you hear the word bidet?
I might just
If you're
have
like I
to-
was, you think of that weird extra.
I heard this song. What does that mean, Noah?
It's the fire alarm.
You know why I heard that? Guess why I heard that, Noah? Guess who was missing from the hotel room?
Who?
Well, can you guess out of everyone who was misbehaving before?
Curious George.
He was not in the hotel room, and you wanna know why? I was worried, like, was he safe? I was worried if Curious George was safe, so I opened up the door, and sure enough, guess what I saw? I saw Curious George touching the fire alarm switch. Curious George had pulled the fire alarm, and then you know what happened? Mr. Rogers called the man with the yellow hat. But of course, the man with the yellow hat already had waken up from the fire alarm. So then you know what happened? The man with the yellow hat made Curious George sleep in his bedroom for the rest of the night. But guess what happened?
What?
Now I switched places with Curious George and was my sleeping companion. And do you know what happened?
What did happen?
Well, Curious George still had the key to the room. So you know what happened? He went into the room, and then I don't know how this happened. I guess Curious George is strong enough or something and able to do this without people noticing. I guess he's somehow sneaky. I woke up and found myself in the rental car because guess what that happened? Curious George has stolen the car keys. And you know what happened? It
What?
he made me wake up and he forced me to go into Target. So but you know who caught him? Mr. Rogers was in the car behind us, following us. So Mr. Rogers caught Curious George. But guess what? Curious George still managed to buy all the Halloween candy. Curious George got all of these and made me eat all of them. And I told Mr. Rogers that it wasn't my fault, it was Curious George's, and Mr. Rogers understood and called the man with the yellow hat, and the man with the yellow hat told Curious George never to steal his keys ever again. But then guess what happened, Noah?
What did happen?
At 3:30 a.m., I heard some more music, and guess what it was? There's some Elvis Presley. Curious George made such the song to be. Let's see what was it. Oh, I know. Curious George played Rihanna.
Time to pause recording again.
Now I have to.
This project.
You know what I did? I had enough of that. So Noah and I decided to leave the room we were in, and we went to the front desk and asked them if they had another room, and they said yes, there was a king-sized bed left in a twin room, and yes, that they could put it on the same credit card as the person who was paying for all the bills for the person that was paying for the room we were in previously before. That's nice that they're able to just keep it on the same bill and stuff, right, Noah?
Yes.
So then you know what happened, Noah? Because we were both sick of what he had done. We decided fast, and they were able to put us on like a different floor, so a floor above and on a different side. So let's say here's one wing of the hotel and here's another. I was on this wing before, and there, you know how there's like the lobby and then there's wings that split off, Noah?
Yes.
I went on to the parallel wing, but just to be safe, I was on the floor above. However, you know, it does connect that I heard again. You know, it does connect it at the hotel. So luckily, the music's further away. So luckily, this more quiet there. But guess what still woke me up at 4 a.m. That I
Who?
could hear. Well, because as you know, like the way the wiring for this works, like this is something that's meant to be heard like anywhere in the building. I heard this sound effect at 4 a.m. And so of course I was able to hear it in my room, and you know,
My whole life,
wanna
I've
know
always
why?
loved interior design.
Because even if it's on a different floor in a different part of the building, it still connects. The smoke, did you know that smoke detectors and fire alarms just connect throughout the building, Noah?
Yes.
So I
Ever since
had
was a
heard
little kid,
this
I grew up
sound.
around it. Most of
And everyone evacuate, and you know what happened? Soon after
What?
that, the manager kept knocking on everyone's door and said that there's a little brown monkey on the first floor by room 125, which is the room which is by the exit before where he had previously done it. He said there was a brown little monkey, and whoever's the owner should grounded immediately, and sure enough, I got a call from Candace saying that the man had called and us. I guess the man wasn't aware of this, and Candace said that we were in a different room. So Candace said that the man would be calling our new room, and that Noah and I were in. And Noah, of course, was in the hallway, so I was in the no, Noah was so how this worked is Mr. Rogers came into the room with me, and I guess Candace got the whole room to herself. Like, I guess they switched turns every few hours, and Noah was sleeping in the hallway just to tell everyone to keep it quiet for me. So Noah was sleeping out in the hallway by the door to keep it quiet. But isn't that nice of him, Noah?
Yes.
Then you know what happened?
What did happen?
After hearing the smoke detector and playing such a real game for a whole lot, I was like, phew. Thank goodness the man's calling. The man said that he had grounded Curious George once again, and that there'd be more people to keep an eye on him coming in the morning. He told me to get to sleep, and that Candace was watching Curious George closely now, and that Candace wasn't gonna sleep ever again tonight. So I was like, phew, thank goodness, Mr. Rogers, that we get to have quietness. And Mr. Rogers is like, oh, heck yeah, that's so nice that we get quietness now. And you know what happened? We were able to sleep until 6:30 a.m. Of course, we woke up when the sunrise happened. So I want to show you what a beautiful Williams sunrise looks like. So we got to see this nice, beautiful sunrise. Isn't this gorgeous? So it took
Yeah.
me and Mr. Rogers, and no, that of course everyone else is sleeping in after switching rooms, but I didn't want to sleep in, even though I was tired from the flak during the night. Even though everyone was sleeping in from playing games of switcheroo games because of Curious George misbehaving, I decided to wake up when sunrise happened along with Mr. Rogers and Noah, and we just early risers got breakfast. Wait,
And also, your battery is low.
oh, I'm aware of that. I'll just plug it in when it gets to 10% or something when it tells me. So no, we had this and this for breakfast, and then you know what happened? Mr. Rogers took us, even though Mr. Rogers had the different rental car, Mr. Rogers still was allowed to drive the rental car that the man with the yellow hat was in. Now, Noah, just to let you know, in real life, it can only be the person that the rental car is registered on to drive it because of the rental car companies have a rule. Did you know that, Noah?
Yes.
But in this case, they were breaking the rule. In real life, Noah and I would follow the rules here. But just imagination. So you know what happened, Noah? We went to the Grand Canyon early. And you know, that's nice. We were still able to be there at sunrise, and we got to see the Grand Canyon at sunrise. Doesn't it look beautiful?
Yes.
And then you know what happened? Candace and the man with the yellow hat had arrived, and the man with the yellow hat said, and Phineas and Ferb also arrived because Phineas and Ferb were better behaved after sleeping. So they all met us, and the man with the yellow hat said that Curious George was being watched, and you know who was at the hotel watching Curious George?
SpongeBob.
Bob was. And you know what happened? Explored around a little bit, ate some snacks. We went to a Shell gas station near Grand Canyon. And we got some snacks there and sat there for a while and drank coffee for a while. And then do you wanna know what happened?
What?
After doing that, guess who had came at
Who?
closer to midday at like 11:30. They saw a weird looking car, and you know who came out? Patrick came out. Do you like Patrick?
Yes.
And he said, "Hi there, guys." And you know what he did? He pulled out his iPhone, because of course, phones are the only way of service there. It's not, and Noah for a while. So
You booked a cozy Verbo mountain cabin with a kitchen where everyone can chef.
Can you pause recording?
that after Patrick showed me and didn't know that for a while. So Candace and Mr. Rogers and Phineas and Ferb and the man with the yellow hat were all talking. Well, Patrick showed me and know that, you know who finally came out
Who?
came out of the same car that Patrick had pulled up in.
Who?
He wasn't alone in the car. He just wanted to wait till the video was done. So then you know what happened?
What?
SpongeBob and Curious George walked out of the car together. And so now we had a group of all of them. And just to let you know, in the night, and this would be our last night and the next day. So this is Tuesday that we're on. What happened? We all went to IHOP together for brunch. And you know, I had the breakfast combo along with Curious George, Noah, Patrick, and SpongeBob, the man with the yellow hat, and Candace, and Mr. Rogers, and Phineas and Ferb all had sirloin steak tips and eggs. And we also had the chicken and veggie salad. Do you like salads, Noah?
Yes, I do.
We also had 55 plus breakfast for all of us. And I had coffee and hot chocolate. Everyone had Pepsi and lemonade and fruit juices and milk. I had chocolate milk. Which one do you like better, white milk or chocolate milk?
I like white milk.
Have you ever had chocolate milk before?
I think.
Do you like IHOP, Noah?
Yes.
Because it has a lot of stuff for the dream vlogs, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Just stretching and getting a break here. Okay, I'm gonna have to go plug my laptop in, because did you see what the notification was this time? It wasn't email or Apple, you know, that was
10% charged.
That's at the notification list. So you know what I'm gonna do?
Plug it in.
I'm gonna put this in my laptop. Just give me a sec. Well, at least if I can plug it in. Sure. And then you know what happened? We all went to watch the Grand Canyon together. And then you know what happened, Noah? Then we enjoyed our day at the Grand Canyon. And then it was dinner time, and you know where we went?
Where?
We went to Chick-fil-A. Doesn't that sound yummy?
Yes.
And here's what we all got. We all got. I got this. Noah got this. Candace got this. SpongeBob and Patrick and Curious George got this. The man with the yellow hat got this. Phineas and Ferb got this. And Mr. Rogers, he got these. And then you know what happened. Ah, crud. Apple. Doing this again. And then we all had the freshly brewed iced sweet tea sweetened. And then you know what happened? We also got treats. We all had chocolate chunk cookie. Doesn't that look yummy? And chocolate
Yes.
fudge brownie. And I had all of the milkshakes mixed together, and everyone else had this and this vanilla milkshake.
Yes.
That sounds yummy.
Yummy.
Don't worry, no, the Tuesday was quick, wasn't it? Quicker than Monday, right?
Yes.
And then you know what happened? At the hotel, then I slept in. Me and Mr. Rogers. So Patrick and SpongeBob got the room that the new room that I had was in the night before. So they got that double twin bedroom. Mr. Yeah. Mr. Rogers and Candace and Noah and I were back in the room together like original. Curious George was Curious George was in the room with me originally, but yeah, you get the point. And then Curious George and the man with the yellow hat and Phineas and Ferb were in the other room together. And then on the second floor wing, it was Curious George and SpongeBob and Patrick, and you know who else came and was in the room on. So you know how I rented a new room on the first floor? Noah? No, I got a room on the first floor. You know who else joined us?
Who?
Victorious. The Victorious cast came, and well, not all of them, but the two sisters, Tori and Trina came. Do you know who else? That wasn't all. You know who else came, Noah?
Who?
iCarly. iCarly herself, Carly from iCarly came, and you know who else came?
Who?
Alexa and Katie came. So I forget which one it is. Do you know which one of these is which?
I don't know.
Okay, this one is Alexa. I mean, that just happened now when I just said that. And that just went off my echo dot and dot. When I said
Yeah.
when I said the word Alexa, my echo dot went off.
Yes.
Isn't that silly?
Yeah.
And Katie. Katie and Alexa. Katie and Alexa. Katie. Sometimes it's going off. And then you know what happened? After that, Noah, after that, then after they all had arrived, so they all were in a room on the second floor as well. So now we had 4 rooms, 2 on the first floor, and then the third room, of course, the room that I had, the new room from the night before, plus a new 4th room. And you know what happened?
What happened?
I heard that Goose George just had played music on the first floor, so I decided to go upstairs with Noah. And you know what room we were in? We were in the room with iCarly. And you know what happened, Noah?
What?
We stayed to sleep until midnight. When you know what happened? We heard
Uh-oh.
some music. We heard some pop music. We heard some Ariana Grande. We heard her song 7 Rings. Happened. But after that, I realized that Curious George had snuck into the new room. I don't know how he got the keys. But that's suspicious, right?
Yes.
What is the password up there to the Wi-Fi? Not that I know, by the way. Of course, I'm just making up a Wi-Fi password, right, Noah?
Yes.
And you know what happened?
Uh-oh.
I heard some music. I heard a bad, you know what happened? I tried to sleep, but then you know what happened at 1 a.m. again?
Uh-oh.
Sound effect. I heard this sound. You know what that means?
It's the fire alarm.
Now that's different. So on the first floor, the main lobby floor, it's simplex alarms, but on the second one, it's firelight alarms, and these firelight. This one's way more annoying than the first fire
Let's get ready to
alarm,
sell.
right?
I'm selling.
And you know, he had called the fire alarm.
Who?
Curious George did it again. He knows that he should only say fire alarm calling for when it's his own house that he's in control of, right? You can only do it if it's your own alarm, right, Noah?
Yes.
Well, anyways, then that means that you know what happened? The manager had a word with him this time and told him, you know what happened? The manager rewarded me by getting to go out to Lowe's and buy anything I wanted to. So I got to get the new light switch for the room we were in. The manager let me replace the light switch with a smart light switch, Noah, a smart dimmer light switch. Isn't that so nice of him? And that's the manager let me do?
What?
Well, I'll wait and see. But then after that, I finally got to sleep for the rest of the night, and Alexa and Katie and Victorious and I got on and on. Alexa, turn off all the lights in the house.
Did you mean man cave Roku?
No.
Sorry, I didn't find.
Yeah,
the
I
physical
pranked.
device.
Yeah, I pranked those of you guys who have your stuff set up. Okay, Google, turn off all the lights in the house. Hey Siri, turn off all the lights in the house. See, I pranked everyone watching this.
Sorry, I couldn't find anything like that in your home.
See, I pranked everyone watching this video and turned off all their lights. So everyone that's watching this video with lights and stuff that I programmed. Okay, Google, turn off the ceiling fans in the house. Hey Siri, turn off the ceiling fans in the house. Alexa, turn off the ceiling fans in the house. See, I'm triggering.
Did you
Sorry,
mean man
I
cave
couldn't
Roku?
find anything like
Mm.
See, now I'm triggering commands for those who are watching this, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's gonna be so hilarious.
Mm. True.
Okay, now, if you guys have gotten to this point, then you guys find this dream vlog silly, right, Noah?
Yes.
So then you know what happened? I got to sleep, but then you know what happened? No, we had to leave, but you know what happened since it was 10:30, you know what the manager let me do? He let me call the fire alarm of the hotel as a reward for behaving. Even though everyone was tired of it, what Curious George decided to do. And you know what he let me do? He let me play the one in the lobby. He let me play the fire alarm, this one in the lobby. Doesn't now online it's not as loud, right, Noah? So that's good, right?
Yes.
One thing that all the churches just have their live streams up. See, live stream, live now. And then that happened. Me and iCarly and Alexa and Katie and Victorious all were on the plane together, and we had to say goodbye to the man with the yellow hat, Curious George. Wait, I have to tell you this. On the way back, Curious George. It's Curious George spilled. I didn't realize this, but Curious George had spilled his ice cream in the car. And you know what else happened?
What?
All the fruit and stuff that he had melted, and there's a lot of rotten stuff. He let some stuff rot and melt in the car the whole time, and the rental car said stunk real bad, and the rental car company made the man at the yellow hat pay a fee for them to clean it. But then you know what happened? We arrived in Cincinnati, and it is very, 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 very cold out. That's so funny, Noah.
Yes.
And Alexa and Katie and Victorious, she's doing it again, and iCarly all got to sleep with me in Indianapolis for the night until my dad arrived home the night later. Isn't that, do you like the dream now, Noah?
Yes, I did.
The end.
Yay!
It could be a production company, right, Noah?
Yes.
Well, bye, Noah.
Bye.